Hi there, it's Ruth at Artful Stampin', and today I'm going to be showing you how to use up some of your scrap pieces of DSP, or maybe not scrap pieces. If you're anything like me, I'm a little bit addicted to buying pattern paper because I just love it. And what sometimes can end up happening is that we end up just stroking it and not playing with it and doing anything with it. So I'm going to be showing what you can do with it today. So this is a card design that I've cased from something I saw on Pinterest, and the image, the card that I saw, well, the one I did, sorry, the one that I saw was by a lady called Lisa Hodge. Now, whether or not she cased it from somebody else, I don't know. So if you just Google her, and I believe she's another Stampin' Up demonstrator, you'll be able to see a similar card that she's done on her website. Okay, so this is one that I've done with the really lovely birthday bouquet designer series paper that's available in the spring catalogue, that's going to be going away as from the 31st of May. So if you really like it, then I suggest you go and purchase it straight away. Please go to artfulstampin.co.uk and pick up my current hostess code so that I can send you a little gift next month. So this was another one. Now this one I think I did exclusively with the birthday bouquet papers, and because they're double-sided it means that you've got such a range of different patterns that you can use. This one I threw in some retired paper. I don't know if anyone recognises this. This is quite old retired paper from maybe 2 or even 3 years ago, but I've still got a few scraps of it because I really love it. And this one's got a whole mixture. It's got retired papers, it's got current, retired from a very long time ago, and even some celebration chucked in there. So I'm going to make it in front of you so that you can see how easy it is to make. And here on this side of me, I've got 2cm strips of designer series paper that I've already cut. For those of you who use inches, it works out at approximately 3/4 of an inch strips. Okay, so it's really easy to do. What I tend to do is start with a strip of cardstock, a strip of designer series paper that, as long as it has a straight end there, you can start with it. So I tend to start from left to right because I'm right-handed, but I guess if you're left-handed you could start from that way. And I just put a diagonal strip of glue there and stick down my paper. Okay, there's no kind of hard and fast way of doing this. You know, if you want to do a slightly different angle, that's fine, but you can't really go wrong, to be honest. Then the next stage, pick another strip of paper, and I put a little bit of glue rising that way, and as long as you end up with a square there, and when you just eyeball it you can kind of see where you're meant to place it, and then you've got a few seconds to move it around because Tombow glue is fantastic like that. You've got kind of a few moments grace to kind of play with it. Okay, then from this point onwards, it's up to you how you do the pattern. You could do kind of like a strict herringbone effect, like that one, all the way up, or you could, you know, put two together. Anyway, it's up to you. It's for you to kind of have a play with and see what you like the best and how the papers fit. So I'm going to put this strip here. And because it's such a beautiful way to show off the designer series paper, it doesn't matter too much if you end up, I don't know, putting another one there rather than going for the herringbone effect there. So just play around mixing and matching the different patterns, and if you really like to have colour coordination, then obviously stick to one pack of papers, and that will help make sure that everything matches. But if you really don't mind and you quite like that sort of eclectic look, then just go for all sorts of things. What I do try and do though is not put two colours that are similar next to each other, and also try not to put two patterns that are perhaps really similar next to each other. So I wouldn't have put that one next to that one. But that's just me. a little bit like that. So, okay, now some of these you can see I've already used them before, so I just need to get my snips and just square these off again, like so. At this point I might even start just popping that in like that. Okay, I'm going to carry on sticking and I'll come back to you in a second when I've done a few more bits, I think. Okay, once you've stuck a few on and you think, oh, I wouldn't mind using some of these little bits to fill in, then turn your work over and use your snips and just very carefully cut right next to the cardstock that you've been sticking all the pieces to. Okay, so it's worth doing that because even these little strips here can be used for filling different areas in. So let's have a think. Now that one, because I've cut it off at an angle somewhere else, I'm actually going to make use of that so I don't have to do more cutting. I'm just going to stick that on. I'll maybe have to do a little bit of cutting, but you can be even frugal with your scraps. So it just depends how frugal you want to be, really. Stick that on there. I need another little bit to go. Oh, take that one off it there. So this is a really kind of simple but effective technique to use up those little pieces. And sometimes after you've done quite a big project using some DSP and you've got maybe some awkward shapes cut out of it and you think, well, I'm not going to be able to use that for another big project. If you cut up your remaining pieces into 2-centimetre strips, it means then you can just put them away, file them away, and get them out for another day. Okay, so all that remains for me to do now is to mount this onto some black cardstock and then stamp a sentiment onto some white cardstock. And then, in keeping with all those other black lines, it's quite nice to put a bit of a border on it so that it sort of shows up a little bit better against kind of the busy background. And there you go. Card made up using lots and lots of scraps. I do hope you've enjoyed today's class or YouTube video, and please don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, and if you would like to purchase some of these retiring papers, then please head to artfulstampin.co.uk. Okay, take care. Bye bye.